All right, hey collective. Let's see who this reading is for or about. For or about. For or about. Ooh. Spirit saying we might have a couple scenarios again. Wow. Okay. All right. Very good. All right. This is for or about someone who's moving within their creativity, for being able to heal. So it looks like there may have been some type of like something was trying to block, but there's this blockage that has been removed. You're receiving like all of your information, like everything that somebody tried to feed off of, whether you allowed or did or didn't, it's all being returned to you. So like anyone that stole your ideas, that is being healed. Anybody that tried to copy your work, that is being treated. Any copycats or duplicates, that is being surgically removed because it's a surgery or diagnosis. Anyone who's fed off of you, now they're in this compassionate energy where they feel bad. So like it's returned. The feeling that they tried to create for you has been returned to them. Okay. Now, love on the brain, divination abuser, scarcity tactics, and unbother. That's kind of self-explanatory, but I get that this is both a masculine and feminine energy. Like, so just know this could go for you and your person, or, you know, you and, but whomever. It's like you're unbothered though. There's this, okay, so let me, hold on a second. Let me get another device because there's the definition of scarcity tactics was very interesting to me. The last time I looked it up, let's see. So it's like the principle of scarcity increases motivation by leveraging the concept of loss aversion. So the principle of scarcity is to make someone feel as though they don't have or can't have and won't have, right? So that's the tactic, is to make someone feel that way, right? And it's supposed to increase the person's motivation by leveraging the concept of loss aversion. So it's supposed to make the person respond or react in a certain way so that they move against what they're actually trying to receive. And that's why you're always supposed to kind of like chill and, you know, remain unbothered by those things that you see that may not yield to what you know. Like what you know from this divination standpoint, from this inner self standpoint. That's what these people are doing when they divination abuse. Oh, I want to talk about this because there's somebody out there. There's people out there who pleasure themselves while thinking about the collective. And I've been told to make sure that these individuals know, masculine or feminine, that if they continue to do this, though they've been cut off from actually reaching the collective's energy in any way, shape, or form when they do this, what's going to happen next is they're going to end up, oh, this is cold. This is cold. This is cold. Oh my gosh. Why are they telling me to tell you guys this? So what's going to happen is this person is going to end up having muscle spasms. You guys know how muscle spasms work, right? Because they keep doing this and they know they shouldn't be. So what's going to happen is they're going to have these muscle spasms that cause them to do this in front of people. And they're not going to be able to stop it. And it's going to be so embarrassing. Could you imagine? And if you're a feminine, imagine the hand's just not going to go out. It's going to go down. So you're going to be looking like that woman. Remember when I brought up was it The Witches of Eastwick? I can't remember which movie it was. It was the one with Jack Nicholas, and he was with, you know, all the witches, and they were sitting around spitting, and you got to remember, I brought it up in another reading. You just got to go back, or you got to pay attention more. I don't know. But It's that scene in the movie where the woman was like having this demonic experience and she was gyrating and she couldn't control herself. It's going to be like that. They keep thinking they playing, but this is the thing. You are abusing divination against someone who's aware of the fact that you're doing this and has already made it clear that they didn't want this energy. So when someone is able to follow a tether back and identify the person and they continue to do it, then whatever is being trying to be presented is going to be reversed in a chaotic fashion. So let me explain something to you. You guys have all heard these stories about like when people did spell work and put love spells on people and how horrible it turned out, right? Again, I've already expressed to you guys I've done that as well. Okay, let me give you a little bit of my wisdom-bearing experience. All I did was put somebody's name on a piece of paper under a white candle, and I set it under my window because I wanted this guy to come back. He knows who he is. I told him I've been through this. This was a long time ago. I never did anything else like that ever again, right? I let him know to release him from it. The thing is the parts I didn't tell her, yes, all of those adverse things that you say that people tell you about that happen. Okay, the guy, I knew something was up and that I made the wrong move because my neighbors in the apartment that I lived in were also two girls and they were very watchful of me just like I was watchful of them. And they said, they described the guy, I showed them a picture and they said he was standing on the stairs. So he started mimicking this crazy energy where he would come and stalk me even though he knew he didn't want me. So it was really weird. And then when we did end up, getting back together, he ended up like, choking the out of me because he knew he didn't want to be in that energy. He knew he didn't want to be with me. And I recognized it and he recognized it. And I honestly told him everything because he still kept showing up until I told him the truth. And then after that, he no longer was under anything that had to do with me. Anything else at that point was his own, self-reflection responsibility. Because, that's just how it works if it's not mutual. And you know the difference if it's mutual because you guys will agree, right? Like if you and your person, because some people say, oh, you're not supposed to tell somebody that's mine. That's my, pussy, or that's my D. You know what I mean? But some people say that you're not supposed to say that because that's a part of divination. That's you giving somebody control over your body. This is what the Christians tell you. But again, it's also a part of a ritualistic thing that you are supposed to do with your person. Do you understand? It's divination abuse when you don't do it in the right sense of the word. Not for the right purposes. Which is what they're doing. So if you and someone are mutually doing this with each other, it's not abuse, right? Okay. I'm just hoping that that's made clear. But anyway, that's the part of this. So this is for about somebody. I feel like people that got themselves, I feel like people feel like they didn't shot themselves in the foot or something. I just really do. Okay, so tell us more about this creativity that you're receiving back. This thing, the blockage. There we go. Ooh, yeah. You're not in any kind of despair. Yeah, you're not in any kind of anxiety. You don't have any diseases, not of the mind, not of the body, not of the spirit, not of the heart, not of the mouth, the tongue. Like it doesn't exist in you. You've already met your shadow. You understand how to create. Again, there's a balance. Yeah. Oh, Spirit said nope. That's what people need to realize. That's where people need to move along with trying to present that energy towards you, because now they're being faced with the fact that it's really just theirs and that it's a projection. It's a projection of their inside shadow wounds that they're not addressing. Man, we've been trying to tell y'all for years. This creativity, I like it. It's happening now. Yeah, that return that I spoke about, of those ideas and stuff. Ooh. Okay. That's a part of this transformation. That's basically the healing is happening because you're able to leave and reject and separate yourself from, you know, the past, from even being concerned about not having what someone was trying to steal from you. It's kind of like, okay, if I'm focused on, yeah, that's what the card came out. Okay, so before I started this, I was putting away those flashcards from the other reading, and the flashcard that said "Don't get distracted" came out, and I was like, what? And then it kept sitting, and I was just kind of like, okay. So that's what it is. It's like the fact that you didn't get distracted, or for those of you who are still in this journey of like moving and getting through these things and learning about your ritualistic stuff and etc., etc., etc. It's all about that leaving, rejecting, and separating, if you haven't already noticed that. So basically, in place of this weirdo energy, you're getting the actual loyalty, like the true love is what I'm seeing here. And that was just my hand made that noise. It wasn't a poop, if anybody was wondering. Yeah. You're receiving that loyalty and stuff like that. This divination abuser is cursed because of their inability to correctly, you know, utilize the supernatural. That's their dilemma. Like, they messed up with the supernatural and the malevolence in a malevolent way. Ooh, you've offended, like, that's the thing. They've offended, you know, gods, entities, you know, demons. They've offended everything, you know, because they tried to use everything in a space where someone was innocent. And had, again, it's all about this being able to face a shadow. You can't be, you know, met with a problem that you don't have. Do they get that? I'm wondering if they're wondering that. Like, they're wondering why won't the scarcity tactics work? Why do the scarcity tactics keep ending up with us having, you know, a checkmate? You know, how many ways can you get a checkmate is what's been played out for them. That's what, and because I was getting a checkmate energy the other day, like, okay, something to do with checkmate, something to do with, then I looked it up and I looked up checkmate, and it was like just showing me like all the different ways that you could end up in checkmate. And I was like, okay, because I don't really play chess, you know what I mean? I don't know. I just haven't, you know, my boys do, you know, they like it, but I just haven't. You know, I'm more of a Monopoly kind of person, but anyway, so nonetheless, listen, both of those games can last a long time, okay? And you do have to be strategic in both of them, all right? But anyway, it was just showing you multiple ways to take, you know, be in the checkmate energy. And I think that may be like what's being shown to them time and time again, every single day. They're just, you know, you have a decision of wholeness every morning to restart. It's like a fresh cup of coffee every day. So it's not going to matter. You know, this is going to be going on forever. If they wonder, like, how long does this person remain unbothered by what we're doing? Well, that can go on. Like, how long can you think, Dodo Bird? How long can you think too? Because it's been that way their whole life. Now they're just getting more hip to the skip. Now they're able to be a million ways to get checkmate. Now, they done invented a whole new game that expands. They playing Mahjong. Yeah, you know, they went out and invented Mahjong. Like, just giving that kind of energy. I know that's not what happened here, but I'm just saying. It's kind of like, I'm going to go play Mahjong while I wait for you to figure out which way you want to move next. Hold on, collective. All right, so that's what they're maybe figuring out. Like, maybe that's what they're, you know, the elders are trying to show them. You know, that the collective will always be a wisdom bearer. They will always be able to teach through their experiences and uphold tradition and of kindness and have good health. Like, it doesn't matter what you try to afflict them with, you know. But that's been seen, like, over time. And that's why I feel like people older than you and people younger than you are all upset, because it's like, it doesn't matter the length of time. It doesn't matter if you thought you were this next creative, you know, this, what is it? What is the game, the chess game that they have, the one, you know, where there's like a prodigy. I forget the name of that movie. But there's a movie about this chess prodigy, like some girl, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much like they thought that they were this, you know, new prodigy, you know, that, you know, could do this. And it's like, no, now they're stuck in this energy. They're obsessed, you know, in a delusion. Yeah. Dreaming, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. They're stuck in an illusion. That's what they are. All right. And what else is for this elder energy? Wisdom bearer experience? Yeah. Yeah. It's focus. It's, you know, you hold the wisdom on how to be serious, sensitive, and concerned to create balance. Like just enough to create balance, to have a purposeful, like, okay, so if there wasn't this serious, sensitive, concerned energy here, this could not balance here and remain, you know, significant. I don't know, because it's higher than all the other rocks that are around. It's you know, it's balanced. It's, you know, I don't know. I feel like you kind of bring this pressure. You bring the pressure, you know, because people always say, "Oh yeah, I'm a diamond. Oh, I bring the pressure," but like you really bring the pressure, and then you know it's like, but you do it in such a like happy way where you're not, you know. I feel like somebody had, you know, maybe even themselves confused, maybe walk around thinking they were an alpha female, but they're not. You know, maybe that's where it stems from too, is what maybe you'll help a lot of other people realize is that, you know, yeah, that you, in order to be in your highest self, it may not involve you being an alpha female. Maybe for some people that purpose exists, but I believe there's a return to self that's taking place. Yeah. Here's the thing. That's fake flexing. What's the point? Because I feel like this is the energy of a lot of females, and I might get a lot of feminine energies that are single on my, that watch me and like maybe mad about like wanting to seem like they're, you know, I got this and I got that. Like, what does that matter? It didn't matter when the guys had it. So now you've just obtained the ego that they had in the alpha energy. That's what I've been saying. Like, maybe that's not a part of it. Maybe that's what you're missing now. Maybe that's what, you know, healing is taking place through these women that you look at and you don't like how they behave, because they show you how to use this energy correctly. And you feel like they're being a show off, acting fancy. I love it when my shit comes up in here. That's so wild. But there now people are maybe saying like, okay, wait a minute. If this person can do it by themselves, then them doing it with another person, it should be that much easier, right? As long as that person's on their level. And that's what people tend to hold themselves into, this false reality. The level doesn't necessarily mean somebody that makes the same amount of money as you. Maybe just someone that has the, you know, who meets your, it's the puzzle pieces. You don't want someone that's exactly the same as you, right? You want someone that can kind of like add to you. It's like if you're really good at making, you know, desserts, and your person's really good at making, you know, the main courses, and then y'all kids is good at making the appetizers. It's like everybody's doing something they enjoy, and, you know, it's retaining all these really good memories and return from, you know, you're driving it in the right direction. Yeah, the direction that you've always wanted to go, because I'm getting that from this research energy. Yeah. Yeah. And then for the feminines, it's also kind of understanding like a part of you being in the driver's seat is by sitting in the passenger seat. That's also part of this like dynamic. Like some people either do it to one extreme or the other and don't realize like it's a part of self-healing. Some women just do nothing but have, you know, fake flex and have people take care of them. And then there's other ones that, you know, feel like because they do take care of themselves that it's like everything. Like there's still the whole balance thing. It's this whole like, did you forget what the whole purpose was? Because for masculine or feminine, it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the fame. It wasn't about that. Those things were included, but you know, I don't know. It was all about the balance. the way things are supposed to be put together. It's not, you know, you can't put things together when you separate them. So when you box them in, when you say this can't be this and that can't be that, well, why can't we all be everything that we desire and it just be the right fit? Because we're not supposed to fit everybody. We're supposed to fit on the levels that we fit on, right? That's where connection's supposed to take place, right? That's where the magic happens, right? And letting each individual be their own creative person and explore life in their own way and not try to hurt or harm them or control. Because that's a lot of, you know, controlling. Trying to write somebody else's life. Yeah, that's clown behavior. Don't try to write somebody else's life. That's big stupid energy. Hey, big stupid. Look at you. It's being clout hungry. So important. Let's see. I'll take this deck. And then after that, I'll close it out. Close it out. And for people entering into new relationships, there's been a heavy energy of like, if you are concerned about your person, just ask them. Yeah. Like, do you have this habit? You know, are you comfortable with giving up this? Yeah, because this is how you determine that. You know, have you ever thought about, like, don't even ask them if, you know, don't even face them with that. Just say, have you ever thought about, and, you know, or just get to know them. Get to know how they feel about the things that they do. Because you should want your person to serve themselves. And when the person doesn't sound like they're meeting you where you need to be, it's fine. Again, remember the previous reading I did was just saying, like, learning and understanding. Yeah, there's that balance again. Learning and understanding when someone isn't right for you, and that it's just okay to just be like, okay, this has been nice. You know, you were charming, you know, have the confidence, you know. But I feel like this is more geared toward the collective. Like, you have a lot of charm. People gravitate towards you because they like you for you. You don't have to dress in this way. You don't have to be charming in a visual way. You're just, whoa. You're just charming, period. That's a part of the balance. You have so many, look, there's just a lot of balance. You have so many ways that make you attractive, is what I'm hearing. Even in a way that you're willing to look at maybe even your bad habits and change them. You know, maybe because you appreciate and understand the desire, like having an interest in the other person. Like, oh, my person likes to do this. Okay, I'm gonna sign me and babe up for that. You know what I mean? Like, if you know your person likes, you know, I don't know, things being neat, and you guys are moving in together. You know, you go and you buy a bunch of stuff to make sure that you keep your stuff neat. If you're not as neat as that person, you know, you go, you know, and say, hey, what do you think about this to help me keep things tidier? You present things that you know will appease because you love them, right? Those are how you create, you know, a routine of love experiences between you and your person to bring a balance, right? That's what you do. You know, you continuously do that. That's how you know, really have a loving, balanced relationship, is where you don't forget yourself, and you always, you know, put yourself first and have that confidence in yourself. And as you continue to create that for yourself every morning, every day, you create that for yourself, then you have the capability of being able to give out to another person. Like, get to be able to celebrate with someone else. Even in doing routine with them, too, is what I'm understanding, too. Even in doing a routine and you know, things with them. I think I'm supposed to stop it there for this. Okay, well, yeah. And then maybe what I'm feeling like is, because this went from dark to like more of a light energy, and it's staying right in this focus and read and elder. It's kind of like, I feel like the closer you get, the more in depth you get with your person, and you guys learn each other, the more you'll learn. So again, that's what I was saying. Like, the more you just kind of just get to know them, you don't necessarily have to worry about creating you know, the opportunity for them to look at their bad habits. You need to just trust that they're dedicated and they have good judgment enough to see the bad habits, because if they consider it a bad habit, then of course they would know, like, okay, like some people's bad habits could be so small though, is what you have to understand. Some people's bad habit could be like, okay, I know I'm lactose intolerant, but this is not a true story about me. I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm just using this as an example, but I'm lactose intolerant, and I know I'll be funking up the room, and my person has a weak stomach, and it makes them have this gag reflex. But I constantly drink milk before we go to bed, even though I know, like, they know they need to change that bad habit. And it may seem small to some people, but in reality, it's kind of like, it's this, choosing kindness. It's choosing to do something that shows, and it's a small thing, isn't it? Think about how ingenious that is to heal a relationship. Let me focus a little bit more on where I can interject something that shows my person on this day, even if it don't happen every day. This person knows that you tend to do this. And if they see that you don't for a period of time, they'll be able to say, oh, wow, this person is really, loyal. It takes time. The more you read, the more you'll learn. So the more you do that, the more with your person, the more you'll have opportunities to celebrate. Because I feel like there are some married couples whose unions are intact, and they're trying to also move into this energy of like really recreating, excuse me, and establishing the solidity, validity, capability of those unions. And they're just gonna be like, don't even trip. This is you on the right path already. So just continue to let it be, and looking at things the way you are, because that's what I'm getting. Like, it's, this is one person by themselves on this card, but it's also with a person with a ring, and which symbolizes love. I think that's a love or something. Yeah. Just continue to clear your energy, you and your person, and maybe even talk to your person about that, like how you guys are clearing your energy. Are you listening to mantras? Are you, doing yoga? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? Maybe you guys might find some connection in doing those things together. That's been a lot of the energy. It's like doing things together. You guys are going to have so much fun doing things together. Maybe even a social media detox together, where you just disappear for a bit. Someone's saying, what if that's a part of my work? Release your expectations that you won't be able to meet the work needs, but you will be able to detox from social media. And if you're saying my business depends on it, sometimes, so it's not absence that makes the heart grow fonder, right? There's where was that card? I saw that on one of these cards. I think it was earlier though, the other reading, where it said something about like the scarcity of something makes it a little bit attractive. The fact that you'll be back, you know what I mean? The fact that you even take the opportunity to do that and just feel what you feel in front of your audience is going to keep you being authentic, because you're fighting yourself. You're fighting what you feel by not taking that, moment. And you want to be in the energy of receiving this reinvention, this, this born to stand out energy. Remaining in your, I'm just hearing like, it's this creative genius type of energy. Is what I'm seeing here on the table. I think I'm going to just leave it at that. I don't even think I need any letters, because it doesn't matter. People know who they are in this game, right? If you mahjong or if you over here. And the last time I tried to pull out names, I got MYOB. So, and I'm seeing those letters all over again in here. So, all right. I hope this has been helpful, insightful in some way, shape, or form, and I'll catch you on the next one later.